Welcome to Well, That Just Happened. I'm your host, Cody Spence.
And I'm your co-host, Mark Hawk.
This is a podcast about, do you want to tell them, Mark?
Yeah, so this is a podcast that takes a look at news stories from around the world.
Some that shock us, some that have us asking what just happened, and some that we just found interesting.
So if you like the show, please subscribe and leave a review.
We're on YouTube and any other podcast platform.
And with that being said, all that's left is, let's see what's happening this season.
Alright, so this week I have some pretty interesting stories. Kind of from all around the world. Kind of like the premise of the show. Anyway. So, what do you think of emergency response? What is the one thing you hope does not happen?
Getting my penis caught in my zipper.
What the... I'm talking about like a fire truck, a cop car, an ambulance.
Oh, I thought you said what emergency do you not want to call them for?
No, I like emergency, like you call them. What's the thing you don't want to happen?
I would have to say the wrong agency show up for the problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's that. To me, it's them get into a position where they can't come help me.
What?
So, what I mean by that is, I don't want my ambulance to wreck on their way to get me when I need an ambulance.
Yeah, that would be kind of nuts.
So, what I have is a Sevilla fire truck is racing to a fire and it overturns in the middle of the road. There was a fire call. They're on their way. They took a turn too sharp, flip over, cut off a 2-lane road. It flipped all the way upside down, like on the ladder.
Oh wow!
Yeah. There's a picture of it. But yeah, it was down for 2 hours. That shut that whole road down.
Wow. So no one else could get to you either.
Yeah.
That would suck.
The 112. A Santa Lucia emergency service deployed in Sevilla Provincial Council fire engine and Arhala Park. They were on their way to a fire. It was Tuesday around 4 o'clock. And as they were going about 100 meters after a turn, they ended up flipping upside down. Like I said, it blocked off the road for 2 hours. Other fire trucks were able to make it to the fire, put it out and everything, but that to me, like I said, that's one of the things, that is one of my biggest fears is you call 911, they're in some accident, and now you gotta wait for another one.
Well, and the road's blocked off to get to you.
Yeah.
So that even makes it worse. Like, I don't know. I would not be happy with that situation at all.
No. Like I said, that's just one of my biggest fears. And as soon as I read that, I was like, oh. And just, also, too, just imagining, like, being the guy who drove the fire truck and the rest of the people in the fire department just looking at you like, you did this. This is all your fault. Somebody could die because you're an idiot.
Okay, my whole thing is you get your penis caught in your zipper and then like a hot chick shows up to the scene and then like it's already jammed and then you get a woody. Like, nah, not cool. That would suck.
Alright, so my next story. Have you ever had your kid buy something without your knowledge?
Yes.
Alright, what's the most dollar amount?
I would have to say, the one day, the wife was being nice and let him use a credit card. Well, when he initially put the stuff in, it didn't go through. So he kept, trying to accept it and did it, 6 times.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're able to get, 5 of them gone. But still, at the initial point, it was, $700-800 that we thought that they were going to charge us. But, yeah, then it just... you dispute the charges. That's most of it.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I can top that. Boy, 4 years old, accidentally buys $2,600 worth of SpongeBob popsicles on Amazon.
Oh man, I would kill my kid.
Okay, so Noah Brighton, 4 years old, he bought almost $3,000 worth of it's the SpongeBob ones, that have like the gumballs for the eyes.
Oh yeah.
So he ended up buying them off of Amazon because he's just super fan of SpongeBob. And the thing about Amazon, I don't know if everybody knows about it, but Amazon has that buy now button where you don't need to put in any info. As long as your card's registered, you just tap that buy now.
So I was wondering how a 4-year-old would be that smart to put in the card number and do all that.
No, it's that buy now function. So yeah, it was he bought $2,618.85 worth of SpongeBob popsicles. And he had them sent to his auntie's house. It's just so you get an idea of how much that actually is. 51 cases. 918 popsicles.
Wait, that's all you get for $2,600?
918 popsicles is a lot of popsicles.
Oh yeah, I guess because they're the bigger popsicles. I'm thinking of them little freezer pops. Yeah.
But that's the thing too. Like, okay, so he were to say
how many times did he hit that damn buy now button?
Obviously a lot.
See, that's why I've seen parents who give their little 4-year-old their phone to play with and stuff like that. I ain't never done that.
But here's the thing. Amazon not giving the money back. Amazon's not refunding them.
Oh.
So that 2.6K gone.
I would be like the ice cream truck guy driving around trying to get rid of that dude. That's a lot of money.
I mean, it was a mom, mother of 3. Her name's Jennifer Brighton. She was feeling the freezer burn, as I say in the article. But in that kind of scenario, what do you do with that? Because if you're not equipped, you don't have a deep freeze or something, that's all gonna melt. So that's literally, you are pissing away $2,600.
Yeah, dude. To me, I'm sorry, but that's a parent's fault. For letting your kids play with the phone.
In my mind, I mean, obviously it's not going to say it inside the article, but in my mind, that's kind of why I side with Amazon. Because, I'm not going to refund you for negligence.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But do they not have, a fraud department on that? I mean, I'm sorry, but you would think that they would check into a purchase like that. Because who orders that $2,600 in popsicles?
I would think, yeah. I mean,
because I know if I make a purchase on one of my credit cards, a couple things are the same.
Oh, they'll say something to you.
Yeah.
Or even if you use your debit card out of state, they'll get a hold of you hey, you're supposed to be here, and I'm seeing charges showing up in California or something.
Yeah.
But, so, they ended up starting a GoFundMe, because, they pretty much wiped out their savings to pay Amazon. But this isn't kind of the only time something like this has happened. The other time it happened was, there was a Connecticut woman, who, her 6-year-old charged $16,000 of credit card charges for the video game Sonic Forces.
Damn.
$16,000.
And how did that happen?
It's one of those freemium kind of games. I have the game Sonic Forces on the PlayStation, but you could buy special gems and stuff to buy outfits for your characters and all that kind of stuff, and $5 charge here, $5 charge there.
But is it one of them where you have to have a credit card on your system?
No.
Okay, well then, there again lies negligence on their part.
Right. So one more story we'll hit for my section this episode. You've done stupid stuff with fireworks, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol, weed, something involved to make that happen?
Not all the time.
You ever get hopped up on meth and shoot fireworks at your neighbor's house?
Well, I've never done meth, but, you know.
All right, so this dude, this guy got busted for cocaine and meth. He was shooting fireworks at his neighbor's house. This was in Cambrian County in PA. State police went over to this dude's house at 3:59 a.m., which is a recurring theme. I don't know what's going on between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Stop committing crimes.
I think people feel like you're safe at that time to commit your crime.
Yeah, but dude, when you're doing loud shit...
Okay, that is... Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying there.
Like, I could see 9 o'clock at night, you shooting fireworks off, 4 a.m., you're gonna get attention. Especially because the neighbors called, they're like... The neighbors called and just said, this dude's being loud, he's shooting fireworks off at our house. So they go over and they go over to him. 41-year-old Timothy Box of Sidman. He appeared to be under the influence of controlled substance due to his sweating profusely and acting erratically. Shooting fireworks off his neighbor's house. And they questioned him, and during the conversation, he reached into his pocket, which prompted troopers to restrain him. During that, troopers fell to the porch where they were standing on, but the troopers were eventually able to handcuff him. They found 3.4 grams of cocaine and 6.7 grams of methamphetamine in his pocket.
See, do you think they would have went after it had he have not reached in his pocket?
Probably not.
Okay, because I'm thinking he caused that.
Yeah, I'll just add this to it real quick. He had $40,000 bail. No, but I think what happened, like, in my head trying to play the scenario, like, you could have been like, oh, he's under something or on something. I would have thought, oh, the dude's he's just drunk. Being an idiot.
Being an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, if your neighbor made you mad.
Yeah, but that moment, like, when you're dealing with a police officer and you put your hands in your pocket, the whole demeanor of everything changes.
Oh, yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah. But, that just...
Because they don't know if you're reaching for drugs or weapons or whatever,
Which then that's going to cause them to search him, too.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you're on meth, do dumb things.
Exactly. All right. So my stories this week, I'm gonna start off with a really good one.
All
right. Man tried to rob a bank.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's the guy.
Everyone listening, I just looked over and looked at Mark's phone. I saw the image.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Now listen to that. A man tried to rob a bank after paying $500 to a wizard to make him invisible.
Awesome.
It starts out, never trust strangers. That is something most of us were taught by our parents at an early age in our life. Especially if the stranger says he's a sorcerer who could turn you invisible while you rob a bank. Unfortunately for one man in Iran, sticking to the international theme, he made the mistake of trusting a fake sorcerer who convinced him that he was invisible and could rob a bank safely. The man explained to the court that he had paid 5 million rials to wizard imposter, who in return gave him a set of spells to tie to his arm. The fake sorcerer explained to him that the spells would make him invisible and that he could rob banks all he wanted. The man's ill-fated attempt to rob the bank started to go wrong when he entered the bank, started randomly taking money out of people's hands, and the customers quickly took them. The man told the court, I made a mistake. I understand a big trick was played on me. So the guy is not, like when he said his mistake was paying a guy to be, make him invisible, not that he robbed the bank.
Trust me, I got it. Dude, when you said he's going around just taking money out of customers' hands, in my mind, he's doing like a little like hop, jump, and a skip. Like, I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that.
Can you imagine that? You're standing in line, you got your envelope with your money, you're trying to deposit in your account, and somebody just comes up. Snatches.
Well, because in that point, you're going to go, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, dude. I think you'd be more in shock.
I know I would be. I'd probably be like, what? You can't do that.
I know. I'm like, okay, like what is happening here? Like, does
Yeah.
this guy have a weapon? Like, I mean, that's pretty ballsy just to walk in there. And then
I love the idea of the spells just being tied on his arm. Just like you get like a fortune cookie. You just tie it on your arm. Like, look, I got special protection.
You
They
can
just
believe that, though. And the thing to me, when he's in court telling someone, or like the judge and everybody, like, oh, well, you know, he ripped me off $500. It's like, that's your dumbass fault. Like, you deserve to lose that money.
I love the line. Oh, I made a mistake. No shit. And the fact that you know he's referring to trusting a fake sorcerer as there is a real one. I love that.
I know, that's... Oh, yeah, and to be so mad about getting ripped off by...
You know he's just sitting there seething in court just thinking, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's all his fault.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched the movies with the sorcerers and stuff, you know they actually gotta do some stuff. Like, they don't just tie crap to your arm.
Yeah, you know,
like,
they got...
That's just being uneducated.
Yeah, they got stuff they gotta chant, or you gotta make your potions, or, you know, do whatever they gotta do, not just be like, write down my grocery list and give it to somebody, man. Here you go.
They probably didn't even check it.
Yeah, no.
All right, I feel empowered.
Yeah. That placebo effect, that is wonderful.
It is. All right. Another one. John Balmer arrested while wearing I Have Drugs t-shirt and was arrested for having drugs.
Hey, hiding in plain sight. You mean?
So he was arrested for methamphetamine and marijuana possession while wearing a t-shirt reading, "Who needs drugs? No, seriously, I have drugs." And
there's ballsy and then there's stupid.
Yeah. Oh, and you'll never guess where this is from.
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
It's a Florida man. And it says, you know, he's 50. He was arrested at Kmart department store in Hudson, Florida on Tuesday.
That makes sense.
By the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, who posted a photo of Balmer wearing the shirt on his Facebook page. He's been charged with 1 count of possession of methamphetamine, another count of possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams. But, I mean, how ballsy is that? Like, you wear a shirt saying that, and then, like, that's something I would wear, because I wear messed up t-shirts.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if I wore a shirt out in public like that, I would not have drugs on me.
No!
Like, that is just asking for it. Like,
I want to know, is this like one of those kind of shirts you could buy like Spencer's or something, or is this one of those like if he made the shit at home?
I was wondering,
like, he got a white t-shirt, got a black Sharpie, and I got drugs. Because
I go to Spencer's to buy a lot of my shirts, and I've never seen that one there. And I mean, it looks legit though, not like a homemade one, but if you got the right equipment.
Yeah.
And maybe that's like advertising for his business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's a legitimate job for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I used to do it when I was young. I mean, I think a lot of young people do. Like, let's see, go to work, sit at home and make money. That's more than going to work at 16. Like, just, I mean, this guy's 50. But, yeah, maybe that's his early retirement
I was going to say, that's a retirement plan.
I mean, because how many people slave away till they're 70?
Yeah.
And then, you know, die. This guy's like, I'm not going to do that.
But I gotta be honest, man. When you said Kmart, I'm like, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't be, like, posted outside of high-end places wearing a t-shirt like that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'm actually more shocked that it's not at Walmart.
Yeah, very true. Walmart seems to be that store that a lot of people like to wear messed up stuff to or do messed up stuff at Walmart.
Yes. Yes, they do.
I'm not going to say I was never guilty of that.
All right.
I'm just saying, you have a couple drinks, and then you go in the store and you start playing Army, and it was fun. All right. You'll never guess where this one's from.
Chicago.
No, it's Florida. And you know why I love finding all these Florida man things?
Because it's my home
Because you're from Florida.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Florida man arrested for throwing alligator through drive-through window.
What the fuck? What?
All right. So, Florida man was arrested and charged with assault with a deadly weapon.
No shit.
Without intent to kill.
Bullshit.
I kind of thought that. After throwing an alligator through a fast food chain's drive-through window in October. So Joshua James, 24, threw a 3.5-foot alligator through a Palm Beach County Wendy's drive-through window nearly 4 months ago. And the Fish and Wildlife Conservation officials said he's also charged with illegally possessing an alligator and petty theft. So about 1:20 a.m., the guy handed him his drink and he threw the alligator through the window and sped off.
I have so many questions.
Says no one was hurt and the alligator was captured and released into the wild. And it said he was finally tracked down through video surveillance and purchased at a neighboring convenience store.
Did we know what the drive-thru was?
Wendy's.
Oh, Wendy's. Okay, I must have missed
And
that
then
part.
it said he was released on $6,000 bond.
I want to know, why do you have an alligator? Why? That sounds like a baby if it's only 3.5 feet or whatever. It does. Is that his alternative to paying? That he was just like, we're gonna trade.
Okay, what I don't get is, he threw it through the window, so it had to have been like sitting on the front seat next to him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's pretty ballsy. I know it's only 3.5 feet. I imagine that would still hurt with a baby gator. They still got that.
Yeah,
thing, man. Like,
unless that gator's just sitting there chilling on the front seat like a dog, just watching everything. But I don't understand. I cannot figure out why you were driving in an enclosed space with something that can kill you.
But I'm thinking you're right. I mean, because it said he was charged with petty theft too. So maybe he stole the drink and just threw the alligator and sped off.
Yeah.
But most restaurants, maybe not Florida, you have to pay before you get your stuff.
Yeah, but the only reason...
that's not the case.
The only way to get around that is because if you pay attention to the time, you said it was a thing 1:29 a.m. Normally around that time, they shut down the 2-window system, and it's just that single window.
But yeah, you're right, though. I've seen it where they hand you your drink, and then you hand them your card or money or whatever. So yeah, maybe they handed out the drink, and he had like the money, and he's like, nope.
Yeah. If you're that person working if you're that person working the drive-thru, what do you do in that situation?
I mean,
piss yourself? That's what I'm doing.
I mean, kind of. If I'm seeing an alligator flying at me, because like even if that alligator was sitting in that car being chill, you just got through a window.
Yeah,
you're not so calm anymore.
Yeah,
like and I don't know. Like I wonder if the guy just is like, I have an alligator. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it away, these guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. Florida people, I swear, you make just so much fun.
It's a different breed.
It is a very different breed.
In our weekly wrap-up, we discuss some of our personal opinions and ideas. So let's see what we thought this week.
Okay. Alright, so I guess the first thing I want to touch on in the wrap-up today is the kid with the popsicles. $2,600, man. But it didn't say what the lady did with the popsicles. Like, did they sell them? Where did... Like you said, I don't know.
I think she donated them.
Okay. I mean, you did say they started a GoFundMe, but that's... I mean, did she at least let the kid keep a box or two?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got to keep some. I'm pretty sure she donated them to, like, local schools and daycares and stuff like that. But that's a hell of a story to try to explain. Like, if you're going to go donate to somebody, you walk in carrying... Because the thing about a popsicle is you have to store it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It has to be... So, that kind of brings me to something else that I thought about since, we've talked about that story. How does that get shipped to you?
You'd think a whole freezer truck would have to show up to deliver
Yeah,
that
and
many
yeah, it would be
popsicles.
something you would have to sign for.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to, if you ordered popsicles, they're not going to just throw that on your porch because you can't store it. So right then and there, you're going to have a defective product that you received. So she would have had to have signed for them. And that kid had to have been giddy as all get out. Like, what popsicles are here? And then, one box comes, another box comes, another box comes, and I just, in my mind, like, thinking of a kid, you're like, oh, this is awesome. And as a parent, I'd be going, you need to go somewhere else right now.
I'm going to punt the kid like a football. Or I'm going to sit there and eat every single popsicle.
Right in front of the kid.
And not let him have a single one.
Mm-mm.
I've done that before with my own kids. Not that much, but I've gotten ice cream and ate it in front of them and told them how good it was and didn't let them have any. As a punishment.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's rough.
Oh man, would I be so mad. Oh, I don't think I'd be able to see straight. I'd be so mad.
I don't think I'd have a voice. I'd be screaming so much. I'd have been on the phone with Amazon at the snap of a finger.
Oh, definitely. I would never let that slide.
And like we said when we were talking about it, first thing out of my mouth was, don't you guys investigate purchases? What about a fraud system?
Definitely.
Somebody should have common sense to go, this seems a little bit excessive.
I would think so. That's just nuts.
Because most places that do like a popsicle, like they sell popsicles, they normally have a vendor. They're not going off Amazon.
Definitely. I guess, yeah, I think I already touched on it in this when I read the story. If you have drugs, don't wear a shirt that says I have drugs. I mean,
that'd be like walking around a shirt when you have like gonorrhea and just be like, need gonorrhea? I got you.
Yeah. That's that free advertising.
Yeah. At least he's honest. I mean,
I guess, as I said, he's just trying to make some money.
Yeah.
Another one, I guess, is the guy with the alligator. I mean, where do you get these exotic? I've heard that a lot about Florida and other places, even New York, where people have had alligators, and then when they got so big, I mean, they don't throw them through drive-through windows, but I've heard about them releasing them into the sewers and stuff. And I know some people say that's a myth, that there's not really alligators in the sewers and stuff
I believe
like that.
it.
I think there is.
People do weird stuff for no rhyme or reason all the time. I can tell you from living in Florida, there were quite a few times where I'd be out riding my bike and there'd be an alligator just chilling on the side of the road.
I see. When I went there, like, all these people had nets in their backyard. I'm thinking, man, that's really smart. Since it's a hot climate, you got them mosquito nets, and they're like, those aren't for mosquitoes. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, that's to keep the alligators out. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, if you have a swimming pool in Florida, it is nothing for you to come outside one day and have an alligator chilling in your pool.
Yeah, I saw that firsthand.
Like that.
My buddy down at the end of the road, his parents got an in-ground pool, but before the screen fencing was put in and stuff, it was just open. It was a couple months, and the one day him and I were getting ready to go out swimming. We were in our swimming trunks, run outside, and there was an alligator just chilling in the pool. Instantly turned around, walked back inside, and called his dad. We're like, we don't know what to do.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was such a big deal.
Yeah,
apparently they're everywhere.
Where I lived, right next to my house was an empty lot. Like a house was there, they tore it down. There was a snapping turtle, probably about that wide, like 3-4 feet wide, like huge freaking snapping turtle that made its home. Like, I don't know if it's a nest or whatever the heck they call it, but yeah, like deep hole into the ground, and it actually had tunnels going into people's houses.
No.
Or not houses, but backyards. Like our yard was completely fenced in, and there was this whopping giant snapping turtle hole that, I saw it in the backyard a couple times. And every time I saw it, as a dumb kid, I never realized snapping turtle can kill you.
I mean, I know it hurts.
It just depends on where they bite. I mean, if they get you in your Achilles heel and take out that tendon.
Okay. And I guess the only last thing I have is don't pay a wizard. Oh, man. That is great.
That is absolutely wonderful. I
mean, the guy looked like really methed out.
Oh, his picture looks exactly like how you imagine him.
Oh, definitely.
I think his eyes are like that anyway.
I mean, it happened in Iran, but he didn't look Iranian to me.
No. But I think the interesting thing about that story is, I mean, I know there's gullible, but where's the line?
I agree with you. You know, $500 too. Like, that's so crazy. Like, I'm gonna pay you $500 to go steal all this money. Like,
yeah. So he paid $500 to go to jail.
Yeah. Oh man. Like, that's adding insult to injury. And like you said, in the court, he'd probably be seething. Just, I can't believe this happened to me. Like, how could he do this to me? And
how awesome would it be if the dude who was his wizard was on the jury?
Or his lawyer.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or the judge.
That would be, if it was the judge, that would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
He'd just sit there with that smirk the whole time.
Yep, you're a dumbass. You're guilty.
Yeah, dumb son of a bitch. You, sir, may fuck off.
Yes.
That's going to be our PSA this week. Don't trust wizards, or anyone claiming to be a wizard.
Yeah, because as much as we would all want them to be real, I don't think so.
No. Harry Potter is only fantasy.
I wish it was.
Well, that just happened.
If you like what you heard, tune in next week to see what else we find.
Also, please leave a review, a like, and subscribe.
If there's something you think is interesting and would like us to address, then reach out to the show and let us know.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much anywhere you want to reach us.
And with that being said, this concludes our episode of Well, That Just Happened.